What's up, passionate Pokemon players? I'm Ryan, and we're here for another episode of the Hawks Pokemon Nest. Excited to get into this week's online battles. We are going to get our beefy Blastoise out here on TCG Live. I'll give a quick little overview of the deck. Make sure that you check out my previous video earlier this week for the full deck profile and overview. But we're going to give a quick little preview, then we're going to jump into some matches. Alright, here's the deck over here. It is pretty similar in terms of the base form being what I had done from, in fact, my third week of doing videos with our Blastoise EX, right? Solid Shell allows it to take 30 less damage from attacks, and then Twin Cannons, we're going to discard up to do 2 basic energies from hand. It's going to hit for 140 for each discarded, so we can either do 140 or 280, which is pretty solid. Now I added in the Max Belt. That's going to allow us to take out most all EXs, even stage 2s. If we're able to throw that on him, that's going to increase to 330, which will get our Dragapult and our Charizard's one shot if we can get that. I've got Budew, you know, in terms of, that's the big difference from this deck. Beforehand with Irida and a lot of the other cards that now rotated out, I was able to play really fast with this deck. Now, I lost a lot of speed here. A lot of those cards make me not as fast, so I said, well, let's slow this stuff down because this is a deck that really ramps up later in the game. So let's throw in a couple Budews and see if we could slow this down while we build up our Blastoises and get energies in hand and stuff. The draw engine, I actually swapped him out, but then back in. I like the Dudunsparce as our draw engine here, so I kept it in. I've got a couple Artazons as our stadium to replace the ones that rotated out, which unfortunately had us doing less damage, had us taking less damage. Got a couple TM Evos. We've got Arven to pull those Evos and the Max Belt. And that's pretty much the deck, so let's get into things. Alright, let's get into a battle. I'm so sad. I'm so sad because my last battle, the first one, it should have been against another Blastoise deck. They had a Squirtle, but they also had an Eevee on bench. So I was really interested in what they were going to do with Blastoise and the Vaporeon. I actually didn't even think of trying that out, so I might have to look into this after I'm done with that, of a Blastoise Vaporeon deck. Ooh, we got a Blissey Hydreigon. Ooh, this might be similar to the one that I created. Interesting. Did they take my deck? Yeah, I was really interested in that. I wanted to see what they were going to do. But unfortunately, as soon as I evolved my Blastoise, and I was going to really get myself ahead of the game, then they resigned. So that was kind of sad. Yeah, this is a chance. The Zorua is different, but this is pretty similar to me. I made a Hydreigon Blissey list with the Chanseys as well. So let's see what they do. If you're a viewer and I played against you, let me know if you ever see me. Didn't I use a Reverum draw engine in that one? Although that's interesting that they would have that. All right, wow, we've got a lot going on here. So let's get, no wait, not a Budew. We're gonna get one of each. We'll get an Artazon out to get, let's get a, kind of tough, but I'm thinking Squirtle. Just because I've got 2 in hand. I'm thinking we go with another Rare Candy. No, let's get a Earthen Vessel. And then let's get a TM Evo and get rid of that. Yeah, we'll get some energies in hand. If so, we may be able to start to get things going next turn already. Slow them down. I don't know. It actually does. It is going to help slow down the Dino into the Hydreigon, so that's good. I got to think about like how much do I want to slow this down to. My worst enemy here would be an Iono. That would not be fun. I they got another. Is it? I don't know. Come on, chat. Help me out. Is it Dino or Dino? It's probably Dino, right? D-E-I. Dino would probably be like D-I-N-O. But that could also be Dino. So, I don't know. It's got to be Dino, right? It's Dino. We got a Crispy Crispin. They may be trying to retreat. Oh, they're going to just Evo. That's smart. One way around this. We're going to see a lot more TM Evos, and I've got plenty of them myself. The crazy thing, I just see this new Pokemon today. I already forgot the name. It's not one that I recognize. And not only does it item lock, but it tool locks. So it's like everybody's trying to get around the item lock with Team Evolution, and so now we can't attach tools either? That's, ugh, that's gross. That's just gross in my opinion. Alright, so let's get the, I kind of like the idea of before using it, getting another one on bench. Alright, and then, let's just, before I forget about that, we're going to Rare Candy 1. We can attach this. We can Ultra Ball away Budew and one of those, because we'll just Vessel it back. We'll get our Dunsparce. We will evolve. And then we'll go ahead and runway draw. Now the question becomes, wow, another Rare Candy, let's do that. Yeah, now the question though is, do I just go ahead and knock this thing out? Or do I not? Let's retreat. Let's do it. Yeah, I gotta, I mean, I think you always want to take prize cards, right? Whenever possible. Because if this guy was still a basic, I'd consider maybe just keeping it slow. But I feel like when you gotta move, you gotta move. And we gotta move. We're in a pretty solid spot. I forget, does the Hydreigon have 330 or 340? I know it's up there. So we can probably one-shot. Now, here's my problem, though. My hand, again. The worst part about this deck is just getting hand-locked. Okay, another TM Evo. We're probably just gonna see that. Get these two evolved, detach an energy. Oh, nope. Or not. They're gonna discard the Evo. Yeah, smart. And now we're gonna see the Hydreigon. Alright, so it has... I missed how much HP again. I forgot. It's been a while. I haven't seen one in a bit. 330. Okay. So if we get 2 energy in hand, we can one-shot it. It's actually going to be really interesting to see like what they do, because Obsidian would be much worse. Crashing Headbutt for 170, right? It would take me out in 2 hits. It would. But let's see what we got, because they still haven't attached. Interestingly enough, they evolved, so that could be... That means it's going to be harder to retreat. It means that they definitely weren't ready for this guy to come out. Alright, top deck and Earthen Vessel. Oh, we got that. Alright, top deck and Earthen, come on. No, dang. Okay, well, I suppose I'm going to have to just go ahead and take the 1 prize. Man. Yeah. Yeah, let's just take him out. Taking out the draw engine is a solid move. Just enough. Ooh, an Earthen Vessel! There it is! Alright, so we will be able to one-shot him next turn, unless we get Iono'd, but even then it wouldn't be too bad because there'd be so many options of draw power to get back. I mean, like just so many ways of grabbing back energies, like whether we Iono into the energy, whether we get a vessel in Arven, a superior, nice, blah, 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 you know, so many options. Alright, ooh, that is gonna, no, he doesn't have a mochi on him. Okay, so he's gonna do this. He's gonna use Obsidian probably taking out the both Dunsparce. No, he used Crashing Headbutt. Wow, that's honestly surprising that he would load him up with that many energy just not to do that. That could cost him the game, in my opinion. He should have used the opposite, but you know, you never know. Maybe he's got a plan here. Let's see. Do I want another one? Yeah, let's grab one. Look at another Squirtle. Thin out the deck a little. And then, yeah, go ahead and knock him out. I've got just enough energy. So it is the downside here. Really a big issue of Blastoise is that energy management. Alright, down to 2. Another boss is in an energy. Yeah, if he can't take me out this turn, then he's kind of done. Because now that I have a bosses, I could just boss up the Zoroark and, you know, then he's kind of cooked. I'm really surprised on why you would have a Zoroark and a Reverum. Like, you should really probably just choose one or the other. Especially because it doesn't seem like the Zoroark has any other ends Pokemon out there, so kind of an interesting decision. Yeah, this one's probably Jover. It doesn't look like he's gonna be able to get this guy involved in KO. Maybe it could happen. He does have the energy on it now. It depends on trade. Can he retreat? Now he's gonna have to retreat because if he leaves that inactive, he knows he's done. I mean, I guess he'd rely on me not having energy, which could have happened, but will not happen. He used the Crispin, so I'm not getting Iono'd. Ooh, that's rough. Well, we got this one done. Yeah, I don't even need to do anything. Let's just end it. So good match there. Good match. We'll wait for us to take the prize cards. We gotta make it official, you know? Alright, there we go. Alright, let's get in another one. They went straight into the battle song. I didn't get the da, 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 da. I had to do it myself then, right? I think that was pretty good, right? That was pretty good. Alright, so we'll see how we do here. That was a solid match, I think, in terms of like demonstrating everything. Alright. Solid, I would say. I didn't see if I was going first or second. I forgot. Okay, I'm going second. Well, we've got an Arven and an Artazon. Honestly, I think... What do I want an Arven? There's the option of a Rare Candy, which I don't know if I like. Oh yeah, he's in a Pokeball. I mean, I don't think there's any way I would have taken him out, but, you know. Yeah, I gotta think about this. I think this could be big. Is like, do I want to Arven into a Poffin? Honestly, probably. Arven into the Poffin and an Evo. Retreat the Dunsparce. Get our Best Bud Budew. An item lock, and then just go from there, and we can probably Ultra Ball away that Evo next turn along with whatever else, and go from there. We've got an Artazon in hand too. I don't even know if I want to use yet. Very interesting that he Ultra Balled a Charmeleon, which also just makes me not want to Artazon even more. Okay, what? I think this guy just got a bad hand. Did he Ultra Ball a Charmeleon to get a Charmeleon? What that's telling me is maybe his Charmanders are prized, which he'd probably just quit. If your Charmanders are prized and you have no other attackers. I'm very confused at this. Alright, I think this guy's in trouble already, but we will see. I'm going to keep this Artazon in hand because there's a good chance that he just can't do anything. So let's go ahead and grab a Budew to item lock, and I'm thinking maybe another Squirtle. Just in case, you know? So we'll go ahead and do that. Retreat into the Budew, really give him a hard time like now to not be able to use items when you have a Pidgey inactive. This could be a quick match, but we'll see. Dun 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 dun. There's the Arven, but he's not going to be able to use whatever item he gets. So that's unfortunate. Rare Candy and a Max Belt. Oh, I don't know why you'd put the Max Belt on. Come on. He's just going to waste it. Call for Family is a good move right now. See, he had Charmanders. Why would you Ultra Ball and not grab the Charmander in the first place? It doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Alright, so let's go ahead and get our... At this point, now that he has as well, I'm going to use the Artazon to get the Dunsparce back afterwards. Now that I know he's got them up there, so you know, why wouldn't I? Alright, let's get a Dunsparce back on bench. I think I'm fine Earthen Vesseling away. We could keep playing this slow. I don't want to Ultra Ball yet. I may just grab the Dunsparce back next turn. Alright, let's see how this goes. Hashtag slow play for the win. Let's see. Call for Family again. That's all he could do. That's unfortunate. Got a Cleffa. Alright. I've got 2 energies in discard. Let's see what I grab. Oh, an Arven. Can't get much better than that. Let's go ahead. I gotta think about this. I could Ultra Ball away these 2. I think I will keep that. So yeah, let's get a rare, the rarest of candies, or I could keep playing slow and grab a Vessel. Honestly, let's just keep, oh, we don't have any more. That's actually good then. We don't have any more Evos, which I guess that makes sense. I'm only playing 2. So let's Vessel. This is a little bit, I don't know if this is the move, but we're doing it. Kind of feels risky, but I like to risk it for the biscuit. I'm a big biscuit person. Big biscuit guy. Alright, so that kind of paid off, but kind of didn't. I'm gonna have to consider this now. So we'll put him back. Now, do I superior energy one of these Blastoises in a Night Stretcher? I'm gonna say yes. That's gonna give me a good amount back. And we're just gonna keep slow playing for a bit more. I'm gonna throw one on him in case. I'm gonna keep this max belt. And then we'll just keep this coming. Alright, how many Night Stretchers have I gotten rid of? Only one, that's not bad. Because I'm a little bit scared now that I got rid of one of my Blastoise. I may need him back with a Night Stretcher now. Alright, there's that Charmeleon. He's just calling for family, non-stop. What are we gonna put there? Probably, hopefully another Pidgey for his insanity. Yeah, you need a Pidgey there. I mean, do I just go all the way and just steal a prize? Let's go. Let's just keep doing. This is so funny, just grabbing this Dunsparce back every time. I'm wasting a lot of. I think that's my last Ultra Ball. 1, 2, 3. It sure is. Okay, we got an Arven. Yeah, I think I'm gonna just play this. I could get a Rare Candy and evolve him, but I also think. Let me look at all. How many energies do I have? I also kind of think that I might want to just get a Vessel, considering I can just go another turn and evolve. So let's do that. Yeah, let's just grab an Earthen Vessel. I have to risk that. That way we grab 2 more. Kind of have ourselves some options. We're back to 3 in discard. All things considered, let's throw one on him. And get our Artazon. Get that Dunsparce right back. Artazon and Dunsparce is like the most hilarious combo ever. Alright, and Itchy Pollen again. Let's go. I mean, I probably will just do this again. If he leaves him inactive next turn, which he probably won't now. He's not going to call for family. He's not going to waste energy on a tackle. Or will he? You never know. Wow. I would have retreated if I were him. Interesting move. Alright, this is actually really nice here in certain ways. So if this is the case, I'm going to knock him out. You know, why not? I guess we'll Artazon into another of our Dunsparces. I only have 1 energy in hand anyway. I can grab a second, but let's decide from there. Or at least keep them item locked another turn. Yeah, we're playing slow as a turtle. Wow. Don't really need the Wartortle anymore, but sure. I mean, the Rare Candy, considering I have both of these guys. So now I might have to make a decision though. If he knocks him out, and I don't get any other energies, and he has a Charizard, then I probably want a Night Stretcher back in energy. But no, he doesn't. What? Alright, I think we need to get moving here though. Yeah, good thing is we're down on energies. Okay, this is good. Artazon him right back. Okay, and we've got 2 stretchers now, so this is pretty good. I only need 1. I actually probably should have went with the other one. I don't need to attach. I can just use 1. Alright. Yeah, I'm not attaching. Alright. Well, here we go. Let's speed it up now. Let's see what happens. Oh, there's our other Evo that I could have used earlier. I think, let's see, I've used my Ultra Balls. I've used 3 of my vessels, so there's not going to be a lot more option. Well, no, I still have Superior Energy. I think I used 1 of those, so I got 1 more left. I'm running out of discard cards. See what happens when you make these Charizard decks play slow. Alright, let's keep it coming. Another stretcher, cool. I mean, I don't even want to put another one on bench, but I do kind of want to thin the deck. But nah. We'll just use the twin cannons. Alright, now we're down to 3. Now the good thing about Charizard, because of my extra minus 30, he can't one-shot me ever. And this is the last Charmander on bench. I've taken out 2 now, so this will be 3. Oh, there's the Pidgeot. He got him. I almost bossed him up too, but I'm like, why? It's actually probably better to boss him up next turn though. Oh, is he gonna get rid of my stadium? I think I'll get down to 2 and take him out if he leaves him. That way, this guy can one-shot him no matter what. Yeah, he sure did. He sure did get rid of my stadium, didn't he? Alright, we got 2 bosses in hand now. At this point, I'll grab an energy. I don't know why, I don't really need it. Alright, well. This is just a slow death. A very slow death. There's a Superior too, cool. We can get rid of the Rare Candy and the Evo. Rather than using a Night Stretcher next turn. We have 5 energy in discard now. Yeah, this guy's cooked. I don't even think, did he even use Quick Search last turn? I don't think so. Yeah, I think he's cooked and he knows it, unfortunately. We'll end their misery next turn. There's unless he has an Iono, there's no way he doesn't lose next turn. I don't think he's used one. Not an Iono, so I don't know if he does or doesn't, but we'll find out. He used a Quick Search. Maybe he did use it last turn. I didn't notice. I don't know. Is it an Iono? If it's an Iono, you got a chance. No, it is not. So he is beyond cooked. So let's use a Superior. Get rid of those 2. Grab back what we need. And we'll just go ahead and end this. And Blastoise is back. Blastoise back. Alright. Alright, there we are. We got our last 2 prizes, so we took both games. That is gonna be all she wrote. And that's going to do it for this episode of the Hawks Pokemon Nest. Hope you enjoyed the return of Blastoise. So now I've gotten Blastoise and I've gotten Venusaur back. So who's next? I really love Destined Rivals coming out. It has a lot of really cool cards, really cool engines with a lot of old school Pokemon. So I'm going to have a lot of fun with this set online. You're going to see some decks from me with probably some Nidokings, definitely. Probably will try out Mewtwo, probably trying out Ho-Oh, all of that good stuff. So we're going to see. If you liked what you saw, make sure you hit that subscribe button and become part of the Hawks Nest, a fearless flock of fabulous folks who love to do what we love. I love making these videos. Very excited. Hopefully you enjoy them too. If you're not ready to fly it though, that's all right. Just hit that like button. We'll show up in an algorithm near you in the near future. But until then, we'll see you next time.